screening.
Good afternoon, hello everybody. I know we have some people online already. I turn this computer volume down or I'm going to hear myself twice. Okay, we're good to go. Welcome. We're in an online course to talk, and your members, you are all able to access these live videos now. And folks, please be sure to tune into these, especially if you are online. This is your content that you are paying for, so make sure to watch it. We're going to try and keep videos always to around 10 or 15 minutes and as quick as we possibly can, so that you don't take up too much of your time watching them back. But remember as well, folks, if you want to get good at anything, and losing weight is such an important part of your life, or being healthy weight forever, then it does take time and effort and a little bit of learning each week. So please do that. I'm going to get Frank Pop Cooker on here for me as well. Does help if we have that done. But today on the menu we have an amazing Indian curry for you. Chicken Madras curry. If you're vegetarian, feel free to leave the chicken out, because there is lots of protein in this dish because we're using butter beans as well. And even throw in or add in more veg, or if there is also any veg in the recipe that you don't like, then feel free to swap it out. So I am just going to get some onions on here now very quickly. And you can chat live as well, folks, and I'm going to see it come up here on the computer beside me, if I can remember where it is. So if you have any questions as we go, please shout.
Oh, spray.
Sorry, that was our little bit of oil. Rapeseed oil I have in that, just a spray version. Spray is better, folks, because if you're pouring out of a bottle, you will find that you'll use 100 or 200 calories very easily, whereas at least the spray limits your use. You could also use any of the low-calorie cooking sprays like this one, but your choice. So we're going to get some onion onto our pan. Of course, as you've probably seen, we have so many questions over the last few days. Well, remember as well, in this recipe section, I posted a live Q&A on Monday night. So be sure, particularly if you're just starting maybe today, be sure to watch that as a first point of call, so that you're getting your questions answered. The secret board here is also 4 questions as well, but try and check out all the content that you are receiving as well. You will, if you're an online member, have been getting emails. You should have had 2 already this week if you started from Monday, and you'll get another cooking video actually tomorrow. So be sure again that you're getting them, that you're reading them, and if for any reason you're not, please get in touch. So we let our onion cook away here. I'm going to check and keep an eye out for comments. If you're watching and you can comment, give me a wee thumbs up or a like or something, or say hello so that I know that you can see all. I couldn't find it. Took me forever the other night actually to see where our comments are coming. Evie, thank you so much. Thumbs up. Thank you. So at least now I know you're able to see it, which is super. So a bit of onions. I'm going to throw in the rest of our veg. Have some gorgeous red and yellow pepper. Some asparagus tips, just chopped really finely. And again, with any of the veg, folks, just chop it to your own taste. I have them quite big there. I like to keep them quite chunky, particularly in stir fries or curries. But for other people, particularly with young kids maybe, you might feel for some of the recipes that you need them much smaller. Or even if you had to, for the next of this dish, fry all these off and then blitz them into the sauce, then you could be free to do that as well. Obviously the most nutrition is when things are closest to raw as possible, and the more that we cook them, the less nutrients we do get. But folks, over time you'll find as well, as your taste starts to change, that you start to enjoy more veg and actually more in its natural form. So if I like to stir fries with that, I might throw in loads of veg, cook it all off, and always keep some for the end and have loads of just really finely chopped raw veg to sprinkle over the top, so that I'm also getting some raw nutrients. And then some veg obviously lend themselves to be eaten raw, so like your tomatoes and all, so good for the body, so nutrient packed, even just with a bit of scrambled eggs and that in the morning. So hopefully by now you're all having a look at our 7-day plan, trying to plan ahead your 3 main meals, following the principles in our master plan 5-step video. So since Monday I have been following the plan, changing it slightly though to my needs if I had less time or if I didn't have any of the ingredients. Monday morning I had the scrambled eggs, I made a big pot of vegetable soup, and actually this Indian curry instead of the Thai curry then Monday night. Tuesday morning I got up to my overnight oats, and my soup was there from the day before, so that made Tuesday so easy and really simple. Tuesday night there was stew on the menu, and I was actually going to do the stew Tuesday night, but I went home and my husband had dinner made for me, so I had just bacon, turnip and spuds actually on Tuesday evening and gravy. Wednesday morning then it was Frank's birthday. I did a full cooked breakfast with chicken sausages and scrambled eggs, beans, mushrooms, the whole lot on Wednesday morning. And then yesterday afternoon I had banana pancakes. And last night when I went home in between classes yesterday, I cooked the beef stew and I had that last night when I finished work. And this morning, back to the eggs. High fibre cereal actually was on it this morning. I'm not a cereal lover myself, so I just had a couple of boiled eggs this morning. And my lunch I'm cooking right now, so double jobbing here then, doing this demo, but also it's going to be my lunch. Grania and Frank are also in the room now, so I hope they realise this is my lunch and nobody else's. Grania's out there, we're alright, we're good to go. Frank hasn't said anything yet, so I don't know. And then tonight I am having the amazing Kelly's salmon special, which I haven't done in ages, so I'm so excited. Salmon roll is in the fridge and the cream. Those 4 days have been super easy. I did my shopping Monday morning and literally have followed it 100% right up to now. I'm actually off to London in the morning until Saturday night. So Grania's going to share her meals actually on the page for the next couple of days. I'll share mine as well, what I'm eating when I'm away, because just because I'm away doesn't mean I still love getting really good, tasty, nutritious food handed to me. So I'm going to look for the very best of options anywhere that we are tomorrow and Saturday. So a little bit of paste going in, folks. This is just the Madras paste. Any branded one at all. Obviously, if you make your own paste from scratch, even better, folks. And I certainly would encourage you to do that if you have the time or if you want to. But if you're looking maybe on a Friday or Saturday, I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons, and you're looking to swap out a typical Indian curry, say, for something way healthier, then this is going to make it so quick and easy to do. So just a little drop of paste. I'm going to use a little bit of water in with that. Just helps to make it even a little bit saucier and have you working around the pan actually a little bit easier as well. So you know, once you start to see the, or smell actually the aroma coming off it, you'll know your spices are almost good to go. So far all we have literally done is put in the onions and all the veg, fried all that off, a bit of curry paste and water, and then we're going to pop in the chicken, and then it goes there. So the longest part of this dish, folks, is the chicken. So if you are vegetarian, you're going to cook this dinner in no time at all. We have a new hob, and every time I hit a certain button it does something different for me. I'm going to get Frank switch it on and off here for me. Joys of life cooking, folks. Back on, we're alright, we are good to go. So chicken is now in. While the chicken's cooking, I'm going to go show you some other bits and pieces as well that you may want to have. Indian to most people sounds like naan breads, papadums, any of these kinds of things. So folks, just going to show you some of the calories in these, and I'm just going to check for any questions coming up there as well as we are going. Just refreshing. So folks, any other questions, shout away. So naan bread, so if you're cooking this dish and you're having your Thai or Indian curry and you want to have a portion of whole grain rice, remember roughly a handful. So if you are, at least when you're looking here, this is the Uncle Ben's whole grain rice actually I've used here, the microwavable one. There's around 440 calories in this bowl. So just to be aware, around the 200 calories or less is probably considered a portion, and roughly a handful. So that's the part of this dish you really have to watch. And this end, with the one chicken fillet in here and all of the veg and even the curry paste, you probably have only around 200 calories in here. So half the calories in here that you have in here, yet this side is way more filling, way more nutrient packed, higher in fibre, and everything in here that's actually going to fill you up fuller for longer. So, back to our naan bread. One naan bread, so you get a very healthy dinner and then you add one of these to it, and all of a sudden you're adding another 320 or 330 calories for each one of these. So that would have to come out of your extras, especially if you're already having your carbs as your rice. So one small carb per meal, folks, your rice, potatoes, pastas, whatever it might be. If you're adding other things there, or you're deciding to have rice and homemade chips there with the dish, then be sure then to take one of them out of your extras for the best weight loss. But you know yourself, if it's a meal you cook once a month and you have that added bit of naan bread of that, I wouldn't be as concerned. Always other options though too, folks. These naan breads are just a Tesco one, you get them in all supermarkets, so just check the calories on the pack. This one only has about 130 calories in it, obviously a lot smaller though as well, but probably would do more or less the same job. Sometimes I find when we are eating dinners like this, we like to eat with our hands and like to have something going into the mouth from our hands. So, what's up? I say that. So, strike that comment. Poppadoms then as well, we have, I was surprised actually at the poppadoms. We're going to enjoy a poppadom with this dinner or with this lunch. I'm going to take it out of the extras because they're only 35 calories each. So 35 calories, so I think that is going to make my lunch even more amazing. Busy afternoon ahead on my salmon tonight, so I'm going to enjoy this, my Indian curry, my small handful of rice, and then I'm going to have one of these as well. So folks, you decide. Your 300 calories in extras are there to be used literally for anything that you actually want to have them for. Everybody's different. Some people want them for sweet things like chocolates or biscuits or cakes. Other people want them for more savoury like the poppadoms or popcorn or crisps. Other people want them for alcohol. Some people use them for healthier kind of things. Some people want them for their nuts or their seeds or healthy treats or extras throughout the day. So you decide. Some days you'll need them all. There's been lots of questions, do you use the full 300? Personally, most days I have near 300. I would certainly have 100 or 200 every single day at least. Because I just feel life's not worth living if I can't have a little bit of something every single day. And you will find, certainly at the beginning of your journey, you will have no problem at all losing lots of weight successfully if you're having the full 300, so long as you're counting them properly, so long as you know that it is 300 a day and that you're not thinking you're having 300 or maybe you also had a couple of other bits and pieces earlier today that you've now forgotten about. So into this dish, chicken cooking away nicely, butter beans, tinned butter beans just I'm using here, and butter beans are such an inexpensive source of protein. As we've been doing this session in the Academy all week, the amount of people have went, I don't eat butter beans. And then they've tasted them here in the Academy, cooked in the curry, and then they're like, oh my God, they just tasted curry. So butter beans literally will take on the flavour of whatever's in the dish. They're great even like those or kidney beans to be thrown into a chilli or anything that you're cooking at all. And just bulking out, more filling, more food, more eating for very little extra calories. So try and get them in where you can. I'm getting very messy around me. A little bit of passata going in there as well. Passata is just sieved tomatoes. So if you didn't have passata in the house, a tin of chopped tomatoes would do exactly the same job. Fresh tomatoes, even if you wanted going in as well, just dice them really finely. But you get jars of passata like this in all supermarkets. They even come in carton form, and it's literally just sieved tomatoes. So add it in. And great actually for say like spaghetti bolognese or anything. So rather than your typical jarred sauces, passata would do the same job as any of your ragu style sauces, and just add in a bit of garlic or any spices that you prefer. So I'm just going to refresh in case there's any other questions. I'm going to let our chicken cook away. And we're going to finish this. This is nearly done, folks. How quick was that? All I'm waiting for now is literally the chicken to cook. And even if I slice it up here a little bit finer, it's probably going to cook even quicker. And then into this, I'm going to add some coriander, which is amazing. Any fresh herb that you add into a dish is going to increase the antioxidants in it by about 65%. And what are antioxidants, you might add? Antioxidants, if you can imagine, every single day we're putting things into our body that are killing and harming all of those cells on the inside of the body. So any antioxidants are basically goodness going in and undoing any of that potential harm that is being done. All your fresh herbs really high in antioxidants, so important to get some into the body. Everybody likes different ones. I love coriander, I love basil, a bit of parsley even, mint, even in your water, not your alcohol, even in your water, so use them in any way you can. So fresh coriander, a little bit of spring onion or scallions, to finish. Heard Dermot and Dave debating the other day as to whether they're spring onions or scallions, but you decide. And some fresh chopped chilies, I do like extra spicy food, so for me, I would add into this dish some chilies at the start, even finish with some chilies. But again, if you like less heat, I would use less curry paste. And you could actually, you make something and you find it really too spicy and you're not overly fussed on it, even a little bit of natural yogurt then stirred through it will help to take some of the heat back out of it. So just going to chop up some. Folks, remember, all of these live sessions you can watch back in your own time, which you probably figured out obviously if you're watching. But as the weeks go by, there will be a minimum of one of these every single week. Some weeks we'll do some Q&As, some weeks we're actually going to do a live fitness video next week, all going well, that you can join in and do live, or you can watch back then and do in your own time. So make sure you're accessing. Get into the habit of going in and out of the app. Lots of people say, gosh, I forget to go into it. We don't forget to search Facebook, and we don't forget to scroll through Instagram all day long. So if you genuinely want to be lighter, want to get to your goal, want to feel amazing for summer holidays or weddings or whatever it is you have coming up, then try and look at the app as being one of the key things to help get you there and one of the reasons to keep going in and out of it. So I'm just going to serve. So I'm going to take roughly a handful of my rice here. So probably not even using half of that microwavable pack. And again, because for me, I am going to have the papadum along with it. I'm just piling it on top. And there's so much goodness in here, so much food actually in here. Frank is actually going to get fed as well. You can try it. And then just some fresh onion. Finish. And voila! How good are we looking? Yes? So there you go, folks. Simple, really, really easy, like all of the recipes. If you like an Indian curry, then definitely this should be one that you add to your weekend. And give it a go straight away, because what happens, some people is you watch these live demos and think, yes, I should do that, and then you forget about it, and it's 6 months later when you see it again. So plan it in. If you've enjoyed that, decide to do it now Friday or Saturday or Sunday night, get your ingredients together and just go and do it. And then over time, as you keep adding some of these recipes to your daily living, then they're just going to become part of your everyday life. So get excited. So folks, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm just going to check. I'm going to give a thumbs up here, but just checking if we have any questions just before I finish. No, we are good to go. Yes? Frank's lovely, not be strangely here. So folks, goodbye from me in the Academy. Have an amazing weekend. Stay tuned if you're on Instagram or Snapchat over the weekend as well. Take you on a trip around London with me too. But eat amazing, plan ahead, 3 great meals a day, keep your calories to less than 300, plenty of colour, loads of water, some activity, and have a big goal and believe you're going to get there. Goodbye, folks.
Thanks. Stop swimming, Ed.